but you got the win, but you know there was a moment at the end of the fight, the cameras kind of pan on you, and you're kind of saying, "I'll do better."
Yep.
You know, you didn't seem happy with the performance. Can you kind of fill us in a little bit? What weren't you happy about? I mean, obviously most guys want to go in, they want to get the finish, they want
Yep.
to get whatever. But you got a unanimous decision. What looked like it was pretty dominant most of the round. But
right.
What weren't you happy with?
You know, just you know, in the 30 seconds in the fight, I don't know exactly if he kneed me or the foot just hit the cup, but my cup broke. I felt it, and the cup like falls down, and I'm like, oh, the cup broke. No one really knows what's going on. You know, I'm having to take my pants off in the cage, so it's kind of this awkward situation. So I was kind of like going through my head of like, I don't want to take a chance on them calling the fight off over something stupid like this. So we're just like, cut off the strings. I just put it in my regular compression shorts. So obviously it wasn't tight or anything. You know, it was moving around the whole time. Even when we were on the ground grappling, he would just move his knee a little bit and he would kind of go push under my butt. And it was just kind of an awkward situation, threw me off. And, you know, the first 30 seconds, we had the game plan of, you know, being first, landing first, and I was worked out perfectly, and then it all threw off my whole game kind of. And, you know, and I blame myself. You know, I let it mess with my game plan, and that's what I was mostly disappointed that I got away from my game plan a little bit. But, you know, like you said, it was a 30-27 win, and, you know, you can't be too disappointed, but because winning the UFC is a big win. But I definitely have big expectations for myself, and I want to keep fighting better fighters, and I just got to perform a little better. Finishes are the key to staying in the game.
What was the game plan for him, and is there anything that he did that surprised you out there?
Well, the game plan was definitely to be first with my hands and have my left foot be on the outside of his right foot. You know, that's the key to being a southpaw. And I kind of, like I said, I got away from the game plan and let him get on the outside. So, you know, he was having a quicker punch to me and kind of was reacting first, which was forcing me to grapple a little bit more than I was intending to in the fight, which expends a lot of energy. Everyone knows, you know, grappling's you know, it's very strenuous on the body. So it's kind of a thing that this fight I wanted to work a little bit more. I'm not just staying on the legs, so I was coming up and working on the body a little bit and not trying to burn myself out where I had nothing left.
Where do you feel like this win puts you as far as the division? Do you think about that kind of stuff, or right after a fight is it too soon?
Right now it's just, you know, I rented a house. I have all my family here, so I'm going to go and enjoy the win with them and kind of just be around my family. You know, I got a great support. You know, I got guys from Minnesota. I got Boston here, so it's kind of just you know, I have all kinds of family in, so it's kind of just a big thing where, you know, I'm definitely a guy that with an entourage, and I feel like when I win, everyone wins, so it's kind of a thing that I put a lot of pressure on myself to satisfy more than just myself, but it's a thing that I like the competition. I've always loved competition, and in the division, I just got to keep winning. You know, it's my first time having 2 fights in a row. I'm coming off the neck surgery. I was out, you know, 6 months, had to deal with all that, and you know, it's kind of like you're on your own. You know, when you get hurt in this sport, there's no one there other than your teammates, your and everyone there to help you out, your coaches and whatnot. So it's kind of a thing where, you know, you get hurt, you got to rely on them to help you. So now it's my turn to pay them back and kind of help them and have a good time.
How do you feel coming out of the fight? Any injuries?
No, I feel good. You know, it's just more of a thing where awkward situation, and it's kind of a. I mean, I've never seen it happen before, so it's something different, and you know, it's just what are you gonna do about it? Now I just got to go back and keep getting better and kind of push myself, and you know, I want to fight the best fighters in the world. That's my game, and you know, I'm not scared to fight anyone. I'll fight anyone. I just want to ideally get a full camp again. You know, like I said, I took a year off because of the neck, and I haven't put a lot of fights together in a year, so I'd like to fight 3-4 times this year. So ideally, you know, take like a week or 2 off, get back into training right away, get back with my you know, Perfecting Athletes. We're running my diet this time, so it was our first time fully working together the whole camp, and so it's kind of a thing where I got to just keep perfecting that as well as my craft and with my technique.
Is there a name that makes sense for you for your next fight?
You know, there's a lot of guys out there. You know, there's tough fights, but I mean, I think that if I had to throw out one name, I would say, you know, there's one guy out there that keeps fighting guys that don't belong in the UFC. They're not UFC fighters, you know, and he's 3-0. He's fought a guy that's never fought a mixed martial arts fight. He fought a guy that was a pro wrestler, and then he fought a guy that's just, you know, a pretty boy. Nice guy, but he's just a pretty boy. You know, he's not a real fighter. And so Mickey Gall says he's wanting to come down to 55. So I think that's a great fight. I think that if he wants to fight at a scratch weight, he wants to fight at 170, 155. It doesn't matter. You know, we'll see who runs the East Coast, and I'll show him that where Boston runs the town.
As a fighter, What do you take away from something like that when he calls out someone like Dan Hardy after his last
He's a
fight?
clown. He's fighting guys that, like I said, he's fought 3 nobodies. Then he's going to call a guy that's been retired, has brain damage to him, and he's not. What is he trying to do? He's trying to get easy paychecks, easy wins, and then acting like he's this high-level fighter. And I think it's kind of disrespectful. And I think that it's time for him to actually like step up to the plate and fight a real fighter. And I think that I know I can easily out-grapple him, and I know I can out-strike him. He's not a striker. You just tell like he was getting clowned in his last fight. So I think it's a great fight for me. I think it's a good fight for him. He's 3-0. I've won 3 of my last 4 fights, and I think it's a good fight for everyone. If he wants to, like I said, fight at 170, 55, scratch weight, doesn't matter. We could fight.
I know that you said you want a full camp for your next fight. If it worked out that way, then Mickey Gall had a fight, opponents are off top, and they called you on 2 weeks' notice, would you still be interested?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not, like I said, as long as I'm not sitting on the couch eating potato chips, and I'm always like ready to fight. So I'm definitely, I'm a big 55er though, so that's where the key comes to taking those short notice fights is those are tough, and I fought Fabricio Camosa, I was 195. They call me, hey, 3 weeks notice. And I'm like, oh shit, that's a tough fight because I got to cut 40 pounds to get to the fight, and obviously go to Brazil. But yeah, I definitely fight anyone on. It doesn't matter when, as long as I'm in shape and ready to go. And I felt great this fight. I just, kind of drifted off my game plan a little bit and didn't chain wrestle quite as good as I wanted to. But overall, it's a win. I can't complain with wins.